returning Daniel Bryan. Honestly, I think that this is going to be a situation where Bryan and Shane actually do win. I think you're kind of looking for that big, wonderful moment with Daniel Bryan winning at WrestleMania for the first time, wrestling at WrestleMania for the first time since his retirement, wrestling for the first time since his retirement, and coming back. So I think that Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon will win, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they'll end up on Monday Night Raw instead of SmackDown, and maybe move on to a feud against each other into the SummerSlam season. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This is kind of the pre-show match of all pre-show matches. It'll probably be somebody who kind of needs a push, but isn't really doing anything otherwise, and they probably won't do anything with him. So it's a crapshoot as to who they end up picking to win this thing. Honestly, I think that the person that they probably will give this to, I think, might be Bray Wyatt. He recently was put into the Sea of Rejuvenation or whatever it is in the Broken Matt Hardy universe. So I think it'll be the returning Bray Wyatt who ends up winning this match. In addition, the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, no longer the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal, but they can't help themselves from stepping in it over in the WWE. If you take a look at the imagery for this match now, they've just, rather than a trophy that features the Fabulous Moolah, they've got a trophy that just, it looks like a uterus. I showed this picture to my girlfriend, and I said, take a look at that. What does that remind you of? She said a uterus, and then I showed her it was for the Women's Battle Royal, and her exact phrase was, "Oh no." So again, this is the first one of these. It could be that they go with somebody that they actually have some hopes for. Honestly, it's one of those things, though, that I don't think that they will. I think that maybe a Becky Lynch type could win this, maybe Ruby Riott, but I'm going to say Becky Lynch just simply because she kind of is in that position of we want to keep her as big of a deal as possible so that she can compete against the bigger, more established names, but we don't really want to really pull the trigger on her whole hog. Also on the card, of course, is Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, mixed tag team match. You can't go any other direction than watching Stephanie McMahon tap out to an armbar from Ronda Rousey. Ronda's the girl that they're going to go with. She's the big crossover star. Although, seeing Kurt Angle wrestle at WrestleMania again, that's going to be special in its own right. So I am looking forward to that match from that perspective. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the tournament finals to replace the vacant WWE Cruiserweight Championship after Enzo Amore was let go from the company for being a fucking creep. Honestly, I don't pay that close attention to 205 Live. I know that they've been doing some exciting stuff over there. They've been making it a more viable show in terms of entertainment. They've got their own general manager now in the former Rockstar Spud. He has a new name. I can't remember it right off the top of my head, and I'm not going to go and look it up, quite frankly. Honestly, I think that this is probably Cedric Alexander's time to shine. I like Mustafa Ali a lot. I follow him on Twitter. He always seems to have no fucks to give when presenting sort of his more progressive politics in the land of the Republican McMahons. But I do like Mustafa Ali, but I think Cedric Alexander is more the WWE style of star, and will be the guy who ends up winning it. The Usos finally make their WrestleMania main card debut against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan. I figure that the New Day, you're going to actually end up seeing Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods competing for this title. Apparently, it's going to be a triple threat TLC match, tables, ladders, and chairs. So you're going to end up seeing guys climbing to the top of the ladder to retrieve the championships to win the match. I kind of think it's sort of the Usos to lose here. I could see them giving the titles over to the Bludgeon Brothers because they have been so dominant and they have been doing really interesting stuff despite their stupid outfits. But I think, honestly, the Usos have had the kind of year where they deserve to have the big WrestleMania moment where they're victorious sort of the end of the night. So I'm going to say Usos here, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bludgeon Brothers were to win it. I kind of wish that this was just a straight 2-on-2 Usos versus New Day situation, just simply because they've had sort of some of the best matches of the year in terms of their feud. The Usos are operating on a new level, and of course the New Day are just they're able to turn it on in such an entertaining and fantastic way. So I don't know, it's hard to say. Next, we got Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar, defending their tag team titles against Braun Strowman and a partner to be determined. I really, really wish that the WWE had not let go of one James Ellsworth, who was the kind of scraggly-looking jobber that Braun Strowman made his re-debut against. It would have been perfect storytelling to have him be the tag partner for Braun Strowman. I don't know who Braun Strowman's tag partner is going to be. Maybe they're working us and it is going to be Ellsworth, and I'll be a nice pop. But, I mean, in a way, you kind of have to see Braun Strowman ended up pulling this one out with whomever his partner may be at the end of the day. I think it's going to be an easy win for Braun Strowman in the end, who's had a really fantastic year, and he deserves to be on top at WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka. The Empress of Tomorrow here is taking this. She's undefeated, and this is her moment to really take things to the next level in terms of competing in the WWE. I think it's an easy pick there. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. So Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, sort of real life, have a nice little friendship that's been going on. They've been showing it on social media, but they've kind of been playing this whole thing with Nia being not like most girls. She's a bit bigger. She's got a different physique than a lot of women that you would traditionally see in the WWE. She's a beautiful woman, but she's a plus size woman at that. But she's going up against this tiny little bratty Alexa Bliss, who's been playing the role of the mean girl. It's sort of a tale as old as time. I think that Alexa ends up winning the match here, though. I think she cheats to win somehow. Maybe has a new heater to help her win. Maybe she gets the help from the Absolution girls, given that Paige can no longer compete. Maybe they hitch their wagon to Alexa Bliss here. Not listed on here, but I am going to talk about it right now. It's John Cena versus The Undertaker. John Cena has been calling out The Undertaker the past few weeks on Raw. John Cena doesn't technically have a match scheduled for WrestleMania. I don't think that they're going to even definitely make it clear that this match is going to happen until WrestleMania actually happens. With that in mind, of course I could be wrong. They could completely set it up tonight on Raw. I don't know. With that in mind, I think that you see Undertaker winning this one, and then next year, WrestleMania 35 is when he hangs up the boots for good. Apparently, he's had some extensive hip surgery, a hip replacement, which is making him be able to move, unlike he has been able to move in the past decade and a half. So. It's sad to see his career winding down the way that it has, but I think that this is going to be a good match, just simply because these are two top level players, and it'll be good nonetheless. I kind of hope that they go the route where John Cena just gets into the center of the ring and just sort of sits there and say, like, I'm going to wait until the Undertaker comes out here. I don't care. I know that he's here. It's WrestleMania. Let's make a moment, and then the gong hits. But, it's hard to say. They'll probably just set it up a whole hog here on Monday. Randy Orton defends his U.S. Championship against Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. And it's so nice that this match is actually happening on Rusev Day. Just a fantastic confluence of events for it to be Rusev Day on WrestleMania. But I think that what you're going to end up seeing here is Jinder Mahal getting the title. They've kind of been pushing him as the rabble-rouser, the shit disturber. And a guy named Jinder Mahal, who plays this Punjabi Indian guy, he's actually from Vancouver. But him being the U.S. champion, that just sort of writes itself, because the WWE likes to do its jingoistic storylines. So I think that Mahal ends up winning the U.S. championship here and carries that for the next couple of months until somebody like Bobby Roode ends up winning it back, who is from Toronto. So I don't know. That's just strange. The Miz defends the Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. I think that there's a chance that somebody else gets injected into this match. Maybe I'm misremembering things, that there's maybe somebody else sort of in and around this match that is going to be added. I could be wrong, though. I might just be imagining things. The Miz just having his baby daughter born this week. As I'm recording this today, actually, I believe. So congratulations to The Miz and to Maurice. I think that this match is pretty clear that I think Finn Balor actually takes it. I think that Finn kind of needs a title. He's kind of been floundering without one. He's never gotten his Universal Championship rematch when he had to give up that belt. He was actually the first Universal Champion. Not a lot of people remember that. He hasn't really had much to do. I think giving him the Intercontinental title, though, is a good spot for him to anchor that brand, because I think you start to see Miz moving over to SmackDown after WrestleMania. They'll probably do a little shake-up of the brands, move some guys around. I think Miz goes to SmackDown and feuds with Daniel Bryan, because that's a match that everybody freaking wants to see. We're getting into the main event picture now. AJ Styles defending his WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. This should be the work rate match of the year. It'll be just a fantastic match. Of course, this match did take place over in Japan when they were both in New Japan. I'm looking forward to it. I find it hard to call. I usually find babyface versus babyface matches hard to call. I kind of want to say that they're actually probably going to stay with AJ on this one. I would personally maybe like to see them run with with Shinsuke for a little while, just simply because he did compete against Jinder. That's what I wanted when Jinder Mahal was WWE champion and was unsuccessful for so long. I'd like to see him actually win the big title and allow him to sort of reestablish himself as a top-level player on the back of that. But I could see them sticking with AJ retaining, just simply because I do have a lot of other champions giving up their belts on my predictions here. So I'm going to say AJ to retain here, but I'm also going to say that this has all of the makings of match of the night. And then what's probably going to go on last is Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman defending his WWE Universal Championship against Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is going to win here. It's a story that they've been telling for a million years, and it's just like it's finally time for Roman Reigns to get his one-on-one victory over Brock Lesnar. That's that. Call it a day. Roman Reigns is the guy, and hopefully we can move past this. It'd be nice for us to not have to worry about like them beginning to build Roman up for a title run. Give him a bit of a title run here and let him either succeed or fail on his own merits, and then just move on from this. And hopefully we can start to see new guys actually entering that top level picture. Because with Brock Lesnar being the guy who's been on top, has been the champion of the brand for so long, you actually don't end up seeing the World Championship on Raw all that often, the Universal Championship, I should say, which kind of just means that the Raw main event sides of things kind of just feels stagnant, flat, and kind of boring. So chances are good that this is it for Brock Lesnar in the WWE. I think that he wants to take one more stab at the UFC. Honestly, I hope that this is... I hope this is it, and we can maybe just move on to something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more interesting after WrestleMania. Like I said, after WrestleMania, I think that we're going to see a bit of a shakeup in the brands, moving guys over from one show to another. I anticipate that Roman Reigns isn't going to go anywhere, though. He's going to be at the top of the card over on the Raw side of things. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm looking forward to WrestleMania overall. You'd asked me this a couple of weeks ago. I probably would have said, I'm going to watch it. But honestly, looking at this card, there's only a couple of matches that I'm not all that interested in. And the vast majority of the show looks pretty good. The one problem with WrestleMania is it is so damn long. So hopefully they're able to pace the show well and make it interesting, and people don't end up losing the win from their sales towards the end of the show like they did last year. Hard to say if they'll be able to accomplish that, but we'll see. So that's it. Hope that you're still with me. Hope you're awake. Wake up, okay? Non-wrestling fans. Hello. We're done. We're done with wrestling. We're gonna have one more talk about WrestleMania probably after the show is done. Let you know how I felt about it once I've gotten a chance to watch it all. It won't even be as long as this segment was here. And then we're just going to talk about wrestling when something interesting happens in the news. It's good. All right. After this, We'll see.